welcome back to the Anchor Down Podcast. This is Season 3, Episode 24. I'm your host, Ian Larrabee.
Co-host, Benny Gallick.
Today, coming in after we took a week off there, I think.
Yeah, we got all that snow last Wednesday, so it was kind of crappy, or shouldn't say kind of. It was very
terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll also be gone next week. But yeah, last week that was a brutal beginning to April.
It wasn't even like nice snow either. It was just slush and slop, and then turned to ice. Yeah, it wasn't very nice.
Yeah, snowed that little bit, whatever it was, Tuesday, Monday night.
Yeah.
And then it snowed all day.
Kind of 2 days straight.
Just straight up.
Yeah.
We got a whole butt ton of snow, man, like a lot of snow.
Right.
And then now it's already pretty much all gone again.
Yeah, it's clearing up good, but that's good because we've got the spring sports are coming soon.
Yeah.
They're here, so.
Yeah, but that was a little
Excessive.
messing up everything.
Yeah.
Again, like you think baseball field, some other outdoor activities that really does not help out with trying to get fields thawed and trying to get the water to go away.
Yeah.
I know I was talking with some kids from the baseball team, and they're nowhere near getting outside yet. They're
still in the gym and in the hallways at the school.
Yep.
Yeah.
At Lincoln. They might be able to get outside a little bit, but you can't practice on Nyberg. You just can't play at Nyberg until it's like the last thing in town to be okay to use. I think they've talked about it for a while that it needs some serious work to it. I mean, the irrigation of that and the drainage of the field is essentially non-existent.
Right. Yeah, it just kind of sits there in a puddle.
Yeah, but
until the sun gets it.
Just sits there until the weather naturally warms it up. Which is difficult.
Right.
And luckily, like softball, the girls, they have the nice turf field.
Right,
turf field.
There's lines on that.
You practice in the winter if you want. Take a snowblower on top of it, dude. Get as nothing. And I know they've been practicing for sure for the last couple weeks here now.
Yeah, that track usually clears off pretty well too with snow.
Again, super, super easy for that, able to use it, which 100% is nice. I mean, that is a nice thing to have.
It's very nice.
Because it's not just the football team that gets the advantage of using that. It is the softball team, the track, the cross country,
soccer.
It's
anything.
A lot of uses out of that new track and field and area. So that's super cool to be able to have and use.
Right.
And it's kind of like, I don't know, it's almost becoming the norm, I think. You're weird if you don't have turf at this point.
I think so, yeah. When you go from playing on turf to playing on grass, it's like, man, I miss the turf. It's just... And I know some turf is definitely different than others, but I mean, the one we've got is pretty darn good.
Right. Well, you get the turf down, was it Duluth East there?
Yeah, that's like playing on concrete.
It is old.
Esco's is like playing like on concrete.
Just so old.
Yeah, I think that Esco field is one of the first ever turf fields
around here. But you got MIB is the nice field over there. Rock Ridge just got their new field, with the school. We just got ours. Duluth, pretty much all of Duluth I think has it in Esco. But it's nice to have. It's very, very nice and useful when you get to the springtime, I think. But speaking of just sports happening, we are, I think, fully now into spring sports. And spring sports have truly kicked up, and we're getting through it, I think, as best as they can. There's a little bit of weather that's still harming it. I know today the boys were supposed to have a baseball game down at Duluth versus Duluth-Denfeld at Wade Stadium, and that's been postponed pretty expectedly.
Everything's cold still.
Everything, but that always is a nice game playing at that Wade Stadium.
Right, that is a beautiful field.
It's a nice field to be able to play on, and it's a pretty cool experience for that. But also today there is softball. There's girls softball, varsity and JV. They're playing at Moose Lake at the Willow River softball field. Not sure if that's the turf one or not, but hopefully they're able to actually get out there and have that.
I'm not sure.
It's a little cold today, but it's nice out.
Once you're moving around, you'll warm up.
Yeah. And then you boys have tennis.
Yeah, we have
today.
A tennis meet in Aiken.
So
that should be a good one. I'm not really sure what it's going to count for.
Yeah.
Because I heard, or from what I've been told, is our first game of the year is just going to count as a scrimmage, and then we'll just move on from there. But I don't know if that's still the case or not.
Yeah.
Because I know last weekend, 2 weekends ago, we were supposed to go to Elk River and Andover to play those teams, but obviously weather that got canceled. And then the week after that Wednesday, we were supposed to play Duluth Marshall here, and that was obviously canceled. So yeah, we kind of been dodging bullets here, but it'll come.
It will. You'll get there eventually, and if nothing else, you'll cram all of them in.
Right. Yeah.
In
right.
May.
At
You'll
the
get
end.
them all crammed in there.
Yeah. 2 or 3 a week. So it gets busy.
It's usually what happens with the baseball.
Right.
So you guys hopefully able to get a few started up here, because then you're also supposed to tomorrow play at home versus Marshall.
Yep. Yeah. That's the postponed meet, so that'll be a makeup. So
yep. So
hopefully weather can hold off there, and then Thursday we go to Virginia to play Rock Ridge, and that's obviously inside, but
doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll be playing no matter what there, but it's going to be a big match, definitely for sections.
Yeah, is that
probably who we're going to see in the finals?
Is that who it is usually? Right, it's Rock Ridge. They're solid.
They've
girls and boys. They're just solid tennis, right?
Yeah. Hit inside all year. I think they've gone to state 4 years in a row and taken 4th place every time. So
yeah, it's a slight advantage. I think.
Yeah,
when you're
they
able
all
to
get free court time, lockers.
year.
Whatever they need, they got. So, but that's how you build a program. So
it is. It's definitely doing something. You're spending the money. Someone's spending money. It's.
Yep.
You got to be able to make it pay off.
You're not going to hit once a week and build a program. It's just not how it's going to work. But
right.
Maybe if you can put a tarp over the Lincoln indoor or outdoors and call it an indoor, it'd be better. But
but I think we've talked about it before that goes with any sport. You're not going to become great. You're not going to become
that powerhouse team.
Very good if all you do is put in time in that season.
Right.
Like that isn't how it works. I mean, there are some individual people who are that I just do my season and that's it, and they're just talented. They're just natural athletes.
Yeah, that's how some of it is.
But as a team, as a program, you can't just have kids come in for the season of the few months and be like, all right, we're good. No, you gotta be in the weight room after. You gotta be practicing. You gotta play on those teams. You gotta play
a different sport.
Yeah, you just have to add more to it.
Yeah, you can ask anyone. I mean, obviously they're going to choose a multi-sport athlete over a single.
Yeah, 100%.
Like everyone says, it works different muscles, it builds different strengths.
Yep.
And, I mean, even the mental toughness in tennis is just beyond.
Yeah.
Like, when you're hitting that, it's hard not to get mad. But
tennis is a mental sport.
Yeah,
right?
It definitely is. But the more you can keep your emotions and mental state up, the definitely better you're going to be.
Sure. Yep. Speaking of that, another very mental sport I believe is golf.
Oh yeah, insane.
Golf. They just started up. They had their first event.
They were in the cities last weekend.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it was what they go down last Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, I think Friday.
I think they were supposed to play Friday maybe or Thursday, whatever it was, where they went through, it was all snowy. They get down there, and then it was like raining, like that, just cold rain.
Yeah.
And it was a meet against Rock Ridge that they had.
Okay.
The golf course they were supposed to go to got canceled there. I think they closed because of the weather, so they had to reschedule. They found a different golf course they could go play at. But I heard that for a couple kids it went all right, for Hibbing. I think Andrew Slatton and Ethan Sunvald, they did pretty solid there. And then some other was not the best performance.
Right. It's early though. I mean, they've only been hitting for maybe 2 weeks outside, so it's definitely something to get back in the swing of.
And that one's what it comes with. Again, is golf is very mental, I think. I mean, man, you get out of your rhythm, you're in a weird environment, stuff like that.
And just the thing is, like, you can do one thing one day and then do the exact same thing the next day, and it's not going to work.
Yep.
Don't know why. It's just not going to work. The way you've been holding your club or the way you swing, it could be the exact same. But, I mean, it's something.
I mean, I think I remember even last year with teams, or with individual sections for them, there was some where like the performances from the one day to the next were just drastic, just a crazy difference in that, whether that's in the poor direction or in the good direction, where like they picked it up in the second day. And again, I mean, same course, same everything, like it's just your mood, it's just your mental state, it's how you're swinging that day.
I wonder if that kind of messes up those golfers when they think they're going to golf at a course and then they can't. So I wonder if they study the course of what kind of where you got to be. But I don't know, that's weird.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a different one there. But they're hopefully able to start getting out more, get outside. Cause you can't practice golf unless you're actually on a course,
Right.
man.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no
different.
substitution there. I mean, like baseball, you can at least do things inside. It's not ideal, but
Yeah, I mean you can putt on a
Yeah.
fake green,
you
but
know,
I mean,
it's just not the same as getting
Right.
a full swing out there, getting
Yeah.
real shots on it. But yeah, they are actually moving through it. I don't think they're having a next meet for a little while here.
well, maybe they can go to Top Golf every day or something.
Yeah. Because then I know that like the Hibbing golf courses, they don't open until later April probably. So it'll be a
Right.
couple weeks still. But yeah, so they're really getting into it, the girls and boys. So have fun with all that. Good luck to them. And then this Thursday softball, they have another game coming up. They're over at Rock Ridge.
Okay.
Again, Rock Ridge's baseball and softball little area. It's very nice.
Beautiful.
They've got I think 4 fields there,
Yeah.
something like that. I think right in a little kind of
Yeah,
cove.
and a little diamond or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've got turf out there.
Those are really nice.
super useful for that. So hopefully that's a good game. And then it is a busy week. It always just gets busy at the end.
But that's good. I mean, to keep
Right.
everyone rolling and something to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Baseball this Friday. The boys, they've got a game versus Rock Ridge, but it's down at Maple Grove.
Right. That'll be their first one of the year.
Yep. So again, like everyone else, kind of have to go south to get
Yeah.
any real activity. And then girls softball has yet another game this week. They are at Cheever Field playing Duluth Marshall.
Dang, they're pumping the games out.
Apparently, yeah, they are. They're getting into it, so that's going to be varsity and JV Friday, and then this Saturday there's track. It's going to be girls and boys track at St. Francis High School,
Okay.
and that's going to be decent sized meet. And the track has already been doing great.
Right. Yeah,
We're-
the girls were. I don't think they're on 3 wins in a row.
Yeah.
I know the boys they won their first at UWS. So that was the first. I mean,
Right.
Hibbing sweep on the first ever track meet of the year. But yeah, then I think they took 4th a couple times as well. But still good.
Yeah. Yep. And we were talking earlier. It's the same girls that have been on that state cross country team for the past couple years in a
Right.
row. I mean, a majority
Yeah,
of the
they're-
track team is those girls.
Yeah, they
There's
kinda
some
flip-flop.
different, but
Right.
it shows that.
Yeah, it shows that they can run good in
Yeah.
2 sports. So yeah.
Granted, track and cross country are pretty dang similar.
Right, but distance-wise, I mean,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that, I could beat them in a mile, but I mean, I'm not
Right.
beating them in 10 miles or something.
Yep. Yeah. I know some of those girls from the cross country like to do those long distance races. In
Right.
track. I think what's the longest one they do? Maybe like a 2 mile or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
So just super cool to see. I think this year, in my opinion, this year has been maybe the best success overall for our sports.
Right.
In quite a few years.
I could also
mean,
agree with that. That's a
having-
very good way to put it.
Yeah, like having a couple teams go to state, having several individuals go to state, and of course we're not done yet.
Right.
Tennis is always a great
Right.
opportunity
And even just
there.
the comeback from 2 seasons ago from that basketball team still.
Yeah, oh my
still
goodness,
crazy. I
being
mean,
in the section finals,
Right.
like it's a very good year. Just
Right.
overall, I mean, I think our athletics, it's a very nice year. And there's still more to come. There's still
Right.
more to come
Yeah, I
with
agree.
tennis and
There's
with
a bunch
track
of
and
spring
baseball and
sports, and
softball.
then-
So in golf, I think golf, they're definitely expecting to send a couple kids.
Yeah,
I'm hoping
definitely.
a couple of those senior juniors.
Step
No
it
reason.
up. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know there's a couple that weren't satisfied with their results in sections last year.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they're gonna always have that in the back of their mind, like, yeah, let's do better. So,
Right. So yeah, that's super cool. I love that. I mean, it's almost a little sad that I'm a senior, and I think there's a lot more growth within the next couple years. I think the
Right.
next couple years there's going to be even
Yeah, I know.
more.
I've got 1 season left, and I'm on to my senior seasons as
Yeah.
well. So yeah, it's flown by.
It does. So yeah, I mean, good luck to them. The track, keep that stuff up. We love that. Love
Right.
seeing them do well. And then next Monday, yet again, girls softball has another
game.
at Cloquet versus Cloquet at Braun Park.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess they're pounding those games out.
Yeah,
I think they play a lot of games though. I think they play a good amount, but
I
then
think we're in Cloquet for tennis next week or the week after. But yeah, they got brand new tennis courts.
Really?
So, yeah, they have a really nice facility there.
Nice.
Right by their elementary school, I believe.
Sure.
Right by their football field that we played on, or would have been C team that played on it. You're probably still on varsity.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, that's kind of all for the sports going on right now. Again, just good luck to everyone. Get out there as best you can. And if you're not in a sport, still get out, do something. Weight room's open pretty much every day.
Yeah, it is open every day.
Yeah,
every day in the morning, every day in the afternoon.
Yeah, morning, afternoon, either way works for you.
Then I know there's a lot of talk about coaches getting a key to that weight room now.
Yeah.
And kind of getting their team there when they can get that too. So that was really nice to hear.
Right. That's been something where I think it would be beneficial for every sports team of getting kids in the weight room. I mean,
and it just helps for every other sport.
Yeah, you have it there. Is it the biggest weight room? No. Does it work? Totally, 100%. I mean, we get in there.
There's been proof that it's worked.
Yeah, we get in there for football. We get in there a little bit during the wrestling season. And I think more than anything though is when you're in season. Again, season's only a couple months long, maybe 3, maybe 4 months long, something like that. That's not a long enough time to make serious improvements.
No, not really. Just kind of. But I mean, in season, you just kind of want to, stay up. You're not trying to build much there, but yeah, definitely off season, you're hitting it hard. You want to get strength.
That's like this past summer, Matt Anderson. He was in that weight room like every day of the week, man. I mean, from I don't know, whatever, he opened up at like 6, 7 a.m. to like 2 p.m., something like that. He was there every single day. You could come in, he'd have a workout for you, he'd have something to do.
Right.
You don't have to pay for it, nothing like that. I mean,
your time is what you pay.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I went there a few times. I probably should have definitely gone more.
Right.
But I did also work straight days of 8 to 5:30 every day or whatever it was, 9
and
to 5:30.
And then also manual labor is also a good workout too. So
that too. Getting a job, for yourself, things like
Staying
that.
Staying active.
There's always opportunities out there. There's other stuff to do as well. I mean, even stuff as simple as getting out there, the pickleball courts that they put up at Bennett Park, and they usually set them up at Lincoln on the tennis courts.
Yeah.
There's just always stuff to get yourself outside and working and moving. And then speaking of jobs and work, there is the job fair coming up the 24th. That's the 24th of April here. It's over in Virginia at the Iron Trail Motor Event Center, whatever the heck that is.
Yeah, that's the hockey rink.
Yeah, and they have it. They've got it's nice. It's such a nice building.
It's beautiful.
The kind of convention center part of it, or the business part of it, is very nice.
Yeah.
Big rooms and space.
Yep.
Yeah, they have that. You can sign up. I think recommended 10th through 12th graders can sign up to go to that job fair. Which sign up through the college career or the Career Academy's office, which is with Miss McDonald and Mrs. Fox. And I think they said it's only about an hour that you get to be there, so you miss a little bit of the day.
Yeah.
But a good opportunity, of getting out if you don't know what you want to go into, or maybe and you want to meet people in that field.
Yeah, there's definitely people to meet in every field.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
It's a good thing. It is a very useful thing to know people in different jobs.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And have connections, because you never know where you're going to end up. And in small areas like this, it's so easy. It's so easy to know people.
Right.
It's just so easy to get to know people and get yourself in better positions from that. Other than that, there really isn't too much happening.
Yeah, I think we kind of hit it all.
I do know that, was it this past Saturday maybe, that we hosted Student Council State.
Oh, okay.
They hosted Student Council State at the high school, which I heard that went well. I think it's maybe 200 kids, something like that, come in, and I think they kind of do it's a bunch of different schools, and they come in and they have different sorts of meetings, and they talk about things.
Right.
They talk about problems within the schools, and
Yeah.
they talk about how to fix things, how to make it better, all these
Right.
changes, whatever.
Yeah, that's
so,
kind of a good gig.
yeah. Student council, or is it IRY, whatever, Youth in Action State, maybe? I don't know. One of those two. It's all the same.
Yeah, I
difference,
really
think.
don't
it
know,
was Student
but-
council. And then there was also an honor band that was hosted yesterday at the high school. Mr. Schatz, the middle school elementary band teacher, he put this all together and hosted like a middle school elementary level honor band.
That's sweet.
And so, yeah, I don't remember how big that was exactly, but I know there was some like older kids from the high school band that went and helped out with it and just whatever,
Right.
It's essentially you just, kids from around different schools around the area. You come and you play pieces and you get graded on it and you improve and you
Right.
workshop and things like
Yeah,
that. So
you
that's
kinda
pretty
know
cool to do.
what you're lacking on, but yeah.
Right. But yeah, other than that, really not much happening. Just I think everyone's.
The Timberwolves? Baseball?
Twins, Timberwolves. I really don't know.
I got nothing
There's
going
only
on.
like 3 or 4 games left in their season.
Yeah, I think there
Right.
is. Oh, Ovechkin just broke the
Yeah,
record.
Ovechkin broke his record. Yeah, I really don't know what the Twins are doing.
Yeah. Well, they
Don't
just
know.
started up here.
Yeah.
Baseball's just starting up.
Timberwolves, I know they were winning a couple games in a row. I
Yeah,
did know that. But
they're
yeah,
still
the Wild are
Poor.
struggling. They came off a good win against Dallas, but they're
Yeah.
still struggling.
Well, they're both still will make the playoffs.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Kind of gonna come down to the last game and the last 2 points. But
Yeah. It's
what
a
do you
tight
do?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been busy not doing much lately. I haven't been paying
Well.
attention. I haven't been paying attention. I just been, who knows.
Yeah.
Just getting through it. The year's almost over. We're getting into the fourth quarter now. The third quarter ended the other week.
Right.
Seriously, only a month
Yeah,
and
a
three
little over
quarters
a month.
left.
Yeah.
A month and 3/4, a little under 2 months maybe left in the school year. So just try to get through that without suffering too much, I
Right.
think, because everyone's cold right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, again, we won't be here next week, so be a couple weeks here. Maybe get somebody else on, get some guests on
Right.
this.
Yeah.
But yeah, until then, we will see you next time on Anchor Down.
For over 25 years, U.S. Bank, located at 211 East Howard Street in Hibbing, Minnesota, has provided office and studio space for Hibbing Public Access Television. We are thankful for their ongoing support. Hibbing Public Access TV may be viewed on these platforms: hpat.org with video on demand, Mediacom Hibbing 802, 805, and 807. On Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Download the Hibbing Public Access TV app for your iPhone and Android devices. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Vimeo. For more information, scan the QR code and go to hpat.org.